Hi, my name's Tristen. I'm from Arizona, but the story took place in a little mining town called Elko. And to get to the chase, I was in a little bit of a rough spot in terms of a living situation. I was a bit stressed, and I had never done any substances, nor have I planned to. Didn't drink, didn't smoke, didn't do nothing. Worst thing I'd done was mix Pop Rocks and soda. So, while bartending up there in this little mining town, I met a fella who sold mushrooms. I don't know anything about mushrooms. Still don't really. But he sold me this incredibly potent strain, about a quarter ounce of these. And at first I was just going to plan to do a little bit of them. But next thing I know, it's Friday morning. I got my monk robes on, sturdy cotton monk robes. They're very comfortable if you've never gotten the chance to wear them. If you're stuck with one garment for the rest of your days, that's it. But anyways, I drive up the local canyon. It's the Forest Canyon, and I hike a ways away. I just want to isolate myself as much as possible. And I go, and I find a spot in the middle, towards the top of the left slope of the mountain. And I say, fuck it, mama ain't raised no bitch. And I ate them all, the entire quarter ounce. And that's when things started to get real. 20 minutes is all it took for them fuckers to start kicking.
Tristan's wandering through the pines in a dream of colors out of time he finds. The forest whispers ancient rhymes and laughter echoes in his mind. Oh, Tristan's dancing with the trees in a world of magic mystery.
I mean, it was potent. First 40 minutes was a blast. I was just seeing kind of strange colors around my vision. My auditory hallucinations were going insane. I mean, I'd flick a tree branch and it'd go like a cartoon for 15 seconds. It was amazing. I got a bit hungry, so I got into my jerky, and I couldn't get the bag open, so I ate the bag, plastic and all. And then I got a bit thirsty, and I had my little Arizona tea can, and couldn't get the top off, so I bit into the side of the can like it was a Capri Sun and drank it like that. Problem with that is, it's an aluminum can, and now I've got aluminum shards in my teeth, and they're cutting my gums and lips, and I can't really feel it. And I look down, and blood just starts pouring out of my mouth, because that's what happens when you cut your gums. And I think that's when things started to go wrong. And this is when the mushrooms decided, oh, strap in, bitch. Because the only way I could describe the potency of this is it's an atom bomb. An atom bomb in your head. Not a big explosion, but like a not so subtle wave of woomph, woomph, woomph. And it kept getting more and more intense. It wasn't an audible sound, but it was the pressure like from a sound. Oh boy. And it got more and more intense. You know what a cramp feels like in your arm. That's pretty painful. Now imagine every single muscle in your body cramping, expanding, contracting, and talk about physical pain. Man, oh man, I was seeing white. I was in so much pain from that, I couldn't even scream. It felt like my bones were going to break, my guts were going to burst. That was just the beginning, and that wore off after a while. And after I was able to feel and breathe again, I started to scream. Scream like a caveman, scream at the top of my lungs, screaming on this mountain. And oh boy, it didn't get any better. It just kept getting more and more intense. It was impossible to describe the intensity. It was like a bottomless pit of agony. My mind's getting stripped away, and after a long time screaming, a long time, my voice gives out, and the mushrooms start to wear off a bit. Just a bit. My equilibrium comes back, and I'm able to stand, and in my mind, everything I know, everything I am is gone. The only thing that's left is fear and paranoia. And Mushroom Me decided, I've made too much noise. There's mountain lions up here. I gotta go. There's mountain lions. I gotta go. So I pick up my shit and I start to run down the mountain. It's a fucking mountain. It's at a slope, heavy slope. So I take 3 steps and I just start ass over tea kettle falling. I'm upside down, I hit a tree, I'm bouncing off of rocks and bushes and shit. And I'm going fast, I'm getting all cut up. I'm lucky I was wearing those monk robes because they probably helped save me from a lot of bodily injury. Because by the time I get to the bottom of the mountain, the snow pack really breaks my fall, and my robes are torn to shreds. It gets a little fuzzy. I don't quite remember getting out of the snow, but I'm walking down the road, I recall, and I have a shovel. I didn't bring the shovel, and the shovel's like brand new, like you just picked it up from the shop. I have no idea where I got it. The only thing I can think is that I ran through somebody's camp and nabbed a shovel.
Tristan's wandering through the pines in a dream of colors. Out of time he finds the forest whispers ancient rhymes, and laughter echoes in his mind. Oh, Tristan's dancing with the trees in a world of magic mysteries. He's feeling free, so wild and high beneath the kaleidoscope sky.
But I'm wielding the shovel like it's the spear of God, and I'm snarling at beasts, real and imagined. I look like a thing from the woods. I'm covered in blood. My robes are torn to shit. I've got 3 pine cones in my hair, covered in fucking dirt. I am just in survival mode, just full monkey at this point. But the monkey has a pair of fucking car keys in his pocket. And eventually I walk far enough down the trail to hit the road and get to my car. And the only thing in my instinct is going, me home now, me home. And I get in my car and I start to drive down this mountain road that's still covered in halfway in snow and ice. And I don't know how I made it home. I don't know how. I should have died. I should have died twice over. If I broke a bone on the mountain, I was in the middle of nowhere. Nobody would have found me. That would have been it. But I made it down the mountain. And I made it home somehow. It wasn't very far, but I was in no condition to drive. I was still high as a kite and gone. It must have just been muscle memory. And I get home, and my Mormon neighbors I have to my left, they're great people, but I don't really know them. Like, we never really officially met. Thank fuck they weren't home. Because when I got home, they have chickens, and mushroom me, when I got out of the car, the chickens were talking shit. So I went out there and I had a shouting contest with those chickens. And for a while, after I felt I won the argument, I stopped yelling at the chickens. And these same neighbors, they have a goat. Me and the goat were kind of buddies. You know, I'd feed it and pet it occasionally. I don't know these people. And I'm laying in their backyard lawn with this goat on my lap, just petting it like it's a dog, talking to it. And then at this point, physically and mentally, I'm exhausted and I'm just shot. So I go to my room and I pass out in the chair. You know those werewolf movies where the protagonist wakes up and there's blood everywhere and he doesn't remember what happened? Yeah, I know exactly what that feels like, because a few hours later I wake up. I didn't realize I was still a little bit high, but I woke up and I don't remember fucking anything. And there is blood all over the door and the wall and the chair, and I'm covered in cuts and scrapes and bruises. Oh, that was not a cool way to wake up, let me tell you. I was fucking panicking. Man, and I go and I start cleaning myself up. I look out in the front bin because I'm just trying to find my keys, my phone, my wallet, because it's all gone. And I find a bloody shovel in the bin with rags wrapped around it, and I'm like, oh my god, what happened? Did I kill somebody? It was the shovel I'd found, and the rags were from my robe, and it was my blood, so, whew, we're good. And then the mushrooms really start to wear off at that point, and all the memory just comes flooding back, and I'm like, oh, fuck. Oh, shit. I gotta get my phone, my wallet, I left everything on the mountain. So I spend the rest of the day hiking up the mountain, finding my stuff. And I found my stuff. I found the crash site on where I just ate shit down the mountain. And I went up there, and it's late afternoon at this point. I realized that I had been tripping for 13 hours roughly. And me sitting there eating the chocolate bars and the beef jerky. You want to talk about catharsis? Boy, that was the best lunch I've ever had.
Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Then go to yourbesttruestory.com to record your own story. That's yourbesttruestory.com. Thanks for listening.
You got a crazy ass true story to tell.